Hi, this video is to help you out with your Sirkin Chapter 1 and moving forward past there. Pages 24 and 25 explain as far as independent variable, dependent variable. The independent variable is the one doing the causing or explaining of it. That's what it says. So what in the world does that mean? Well, let's explain. Let's start at the beginning. Dependent variable, capital I, capital V. It's also known as the predictor variable. The independent variable, think of like the word independent. It can stand alone. It's not changed by the other variable. One example may be like age. The age of the participant. So we're talking chronological age there. And let's look then as far as the next one, dependent variable, capital D, capital V. This is also known as the criterion variable. And this is the one where they're saying is being caused or explained, which, what's that? Well, the dependent variable depends on the other variable. For, let's say we're making a treatment to try to help students, for example, stat students, with improving their test scores. So we have different treatments, and what we're measuring is their actual test score, their exam score. So that would be our dependent variable. For fun, let's look at a question. Let's pretend that I want to know. We want to know more about support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner. Well, parents differ than children in their support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner. Our null hypothesis, which is H subscript 0, which that's supposed to be a mu symbol, population mean, which looks more like what I had written over here, which you'll see. You can check in your textbook, check on your computer. You can see when you type that in, it will look prettier than this. Will look more precise. So H subscript 0 null hypothesis, what this is stating is the parents, mu subscript P for parents, is equal to mu subscript C for children. What this is basically saying is parents will not differ from children in their support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner. Okay? You know, we have an alternate hypothesis, H subscript 1, like what do you think will happen? Let's say if we're clueless about would like chocolate chip cookies more. Would be in support of more chocolate chip cookies before dinner. So what we put is mu subscript P is not equal to mu subscript 1, which saying that we say there's going to be a difference. One's going to be in greater support, like we'll say parents and children, or parents will differ from children in their support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner, but we're uncertain which one will have greater support or more support for chocolate chip cookies before dinner. That's if we don't know which way it goes. We can say that if we're unfamiliar with the topic, or if we're uncertain. Let's say if there's a lot of extraneous variables going on that may adjust this. Like let's say, what about, for example, here's one. Let's say the children, if we think, for whatever reason, they may not like chocolate chip cookies as much as their parents. So maybe they're in sports, maybe they've had those great health classes and their cookies are eating chocolate chip aren't soy with, less sugar or something. So maybe they don't want them. Maybe their parents are like chocolate chip fiends. They really like chocolate chip cookies. So our alternate hypothesis may be like this. Mu parents, mu subscript P for parents, the population mean of the parents, will have greater support than the children. So it'd be like, our alternate hypothesis would be something like this. We'd phrase it something like this. Parents will have greater support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner than their children. So parents will be in greater support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner than children. But let's say if we think before we run this test that the children will want more, to be in greater support for chocolate chip cookies before dinner, we do this like wants to eat. It wants that one. That one's bigger. So we put the sign that way, the symbol. So our alternate hypothesis would be mu parents is less than mu subscript for children, the C for children, which would be basically our hypothesis would be that parents and children will differ in their support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner, and we're hypothesizing that children will have more support, will have greater support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner. And then let's look a little bit further, because we're talking dependent variables. Let's say we're looking at this and we're saying, wow, how can we tell what's what? Of course, this one's probably simple when you can immediately tell, because which one can stand alone? It's a designation of parent and children. Hopefully, actually, no. Chocolate chip cookies won't change the actual title of which one's a parent, which one's a child. It may change behavioral traits or something, but truly it won't change who's legally the parent and who's the child. At least, hopefully not, chocolate chip cookies. So basically, for the example we're having, notice I put an IV. If I have a hard independent variable, if I have a hard time figuring it out, I draw it out like a table, like as if I'm going to put the data in. So the one I have my parents here, I have children there, and then I put in support, like abbreviation for in support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner, and not in support, again, abbreviation for not in support for more chocolate chip cookies before dinner. I'll draw it up like this, because that way I don't get so confused. I realize, oh, my independent variables, my dependent variables, and it's easier for me to see it. And something you'll get into later, this is actually 2x2 factorial design, which basically, what in the world does that mean? Factorial design. Pretend this is an F. Good thing I use computers to type. My writing's not the most beautiful always. But it's a 2x2 factorial design, which basically means 2 independent variables, 2 dependent variables, 2x2 factorial design, boom. That's what that means when you see that drawn up. So this is a little bit as far as more explanation about Sirkin Chapter 1 and going a little bit into building blocks for Sirkin Chapter 2 and past. So enjoy. Have fun with this. You'll get a strong foundation as we move forward.